MMAWeekly.com, Damon Martin here with the #1 lightweight in the world, Gilbert Melendez. Gilbert, obviously UFC 136 is this weekend. It becomes very special interest to you because, as we heard the news the other day, Dana has said very vehemently he wants you in the UFC. I know I talked to you the other day, but now that it's been a week or so, I mean, what's the latest update you can give us?
No real update right now. Nothing signed on the paper. Nothing's been inked or anything. But definitely, I like the idea of it, and I definitely want to push for that. And you know, that's kind of just where I'm at right now. Nothing set in stone, but you know, focusing on my December fight for now, and until I hear otherwise.
I know I talked to Jorge Masvidal the other day, and you know, he had said he still hoped for the fight. You know, he really wanted the chance to fight you. I mean, you know, it's one of those situations where obviously I'm sure you feel bad for him, but no offense to Jorge Masvidal, but would you rather be in the UFC than fight him?
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think Jorge Masvidal's earned his shot to fight me. You know, and I respect that, but I think I've earned my shot 10 times more to fight in the UFC, or even fight for the UFC title than he has to fight me. So, you know, so I do feel bad, but it's only business, and of course, you know, it's only business, man. I want to brand myself in the sport, and I feel like there's just so much more eyes on the UFC than Strikeforce, and I love Showtime, I love fighting for Strikeforce, but, you know, just thinking about myself and my family, and the fans, MMA, I want them to really see me fight.
Let me ask you this, Gilbert, because Dana has said if you come over, you know, it would make a lot of sense for you to fight for the title on day one, but there's no guarantees. Now, we know as a guaranteed fact, sometimes you get what you ask for. So now's your chance. Frankie Edgar and Maynard are fighting tonight in Houston. Tell us why you should fight the winner.
Yeah, I just think I'm the #1 contender. Just go look at my record. You know, look who I beat. What they were ranked when I beat them. Look at their record when I beat them. I beat the Dream Champ. I beat the Shooto Champ. I was the first WEC champ. You know, I beat the Deep Champ. You know, I avenged both my losses, and I come to fight. You know, not to win rounds. So I think for the fans it'll be a win, and I think I've been around the sport for a long time, and I deserve it.
With that said, tonight's fight, you know, how do you feel like, you know, I won't necessarily ask you to pick a winner, but how do you feel you match up with Edgar or Maynard?
I think I match up great with them. You know, I can't guarantee victory, but I can guarantee I'll make them both fight. You know, and we'll find out who the better fighter is. You know, a lot of guys play a certain game plan, a certain match, and you know, my game is to make it a fight because I think I can win when it's a fight. So I think I match up well with them.
It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, if you're getting a title shot, I'm sure you'd fight anybody, short of maybe one of your teammates. But that said, does one fight intrigue you more than the other with those two?
You know what, man? I think maybe because I'm assuming, I don't know, I can't really, it's hard to choose a winner, but I've gone and said I'm choosing Frankie, you know? So, like, with that said, like, I kind of visualize him more thinking he's going to pull it off, you know? And play the cage really well, stick and move, so I kind of assume him winning, so I see myself fighting him at times. But I've also visualized myself fighting Maynard plenty of times as well.
Let me ask you this, Gilbert, because we've seen in the past with guys coming over from Pride, some guys come over from Strikeforce, whatever, you know, coming over, and there's like the UFC curse, so to speak. You know, their first fight out just doesn't look like them. We saw with Carlos Condit, he didn't look like himself in that Martin Kamen fight. We saw it, you know, with a couple other guys as well. Tell us why you're not that guy, why you feel like, you know, you're ready for that step, and it's not going to affect you the way it's affected some people.
Yeah, again, I've been around the sport a long time. You know, I'm a professional. It's not it's the biggest stage in the world. I won't lie, but I fought in front of 50,000 people in Japan as well, and a silent crowd who doesn't give you any energy, which could be more nerve-wracking than anything. And you know, you can let that stuff, you know, tackle you down, or you can just absorb the energy that the UFC provides when you go out there to fight. And I think that's what I would do. I perform a lot better in the cage than I do in practice. You know, I train my butt off in practice, but when it's showtime, I do things that I've never done before. And I love being an entertainer. It's part of the sport. You know, I love to entertain the fans, and I think that'll translate just well here. And I won't let those nerves get a hold of me.
I know a lot of people. You know, I remember when I talked to you a couple years ago when you were renegotiating with Strikeforce. You were, I think, at the last fight of your contract, and everyone was saying, you know, you're going to go to the UFC, you know, and you said, you know, you're going to make the best decision for yourself. And you ended up sticking with Strikeforce, but during that time you avenged both of your losses. You know, the last one just absolutely dominating a guy in Kawajiri who's a phenomenal fighter, and having a chance to beat a guy like Shinya Aoki as well. Do you feel like if you came to the UFC now, this is going to be the best time for you as opposed to maybe even just a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think so. I think in my prime, I think, you know, statistically, if 21 and 31 is supposed to be your prime in fighting sports. You know, and I've started at the age of 20, 21, so I think this is my prime right now. You know, I think I'm in the best you know, I think I'm gonna get better. You know, I'm always gonna be a student of the sport, but yeah, you know, just with youth-wise and everything and how I'm feeling, I feel like things are coming together well, and I want to go on a big run. I feel there's been too many fights, too many great shows I've put on, you know, that I don't get enough respect for because there's not enough eyes seen them, you know, and I think it's my time to put on some shows for the UFC and let the world see.
Melvin Guillard said before his fight, which is also tonight, that, you know, if you got the title shot over him, he wouldn't be upset. He says he wants to see great fights. He wants to see champion versus champion. And it sounds like you got Dana White in your corner as well, which is obviously the most important person to have in your corner. So I mean, do you feel like, you know, you're going to be sitting front row and center tonight in Houston? Are you going to be standing up and saying it's my time, it's my title shot now?
I'm saying that now. I've been saying that for a long time. It's my time, and you know, that's pretty respectful for Guillard to even, you know, to say that or do that, and I appreciate that. You know, that's cool that he would even say that, and that Dana White on my side is great. But until I see something inked on paper, man, it's hard to get excited. You can't get excited. You got to look at what's in front of me, and that's what Masvidal, and that's what I've been training for, and that's what I've been thinking about. I'm not trying to sound all cool or what, but that's just what I have to do. You know, I'm trying to get excited. Everyone's getting me excited, and I'm trying not to get excited because there's nothing done yet. You know, so as for now, I'm worried about Masvidal.
But the future is looking pretty good right now, right?
Can't tell you anything yet, man. Like, when it's inked on the deal, I'll pop a bottle of champagne for us or something, you know. But until then, I'm focused. But yeah, it's good to have everyone jazzed about it, you know.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a testament to who you are. People are so excited about it. You know, I think, you know, anybody else coming over, people are like, oh yeah, he's coming to UFC. But as soon as they heard the news, people are like kind of excited, freaking out a little bit. And I think that's a testament to the work you put in.
Yeah, thank you, man. It does make me feel good when I get a great response like that, and I appreciate that for the fans. And again, I want to give so much more back to them and to the UFC, just to the sport, man. I want to give back to the sport, and how do I do that? Is by fighting. So
absolutely,
let me do it.
Absolutely. We call you the #1 lightweight in the world now. You get a chance, hopefully, to go out there and prove it to everybody, right?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Sign me up.
All right, Gilbert. Appreciate it as always, buddy.
Thanks, David.
All right.